Yes.
Jackie, Engage, it's 2013. People are looking at some of your material to see the word volunteer accredited. What does that mean?
Well, when we took over the service in 2011, it was a new service for Engage. We hadn't actually endeavoured into the realm of volunteering in the past. We had through active citizens, and obviously we did work with community forum representatives, obviously doing everything voluntarily. However, to actually run a volunteer service, completely different. So what we decided to do was that we would become an accredited centre, which not only gives us the kudos of being able to be known as Volunteer Centre Thurrock instead of, you know, just generally Engaged Volunteer Centre. We was able to use Volunteer England's logo. Obviously it was a very long process that we had to go through, a good sort of 6 months to a year of having to submit information, evidence showing how we supported good practice, and you know, really just trying to home in on the services that we're doing and making them the best that we could possibly for Thurrock people.
People talk about volunteering. Your critics will say, I need a job, I want a job, it's a recession, I don't want to what's volunteering going to do for me? What will volunteering do for me if my end ambition is to get a job?
Well, obviously for an employee looking to employ somebody, it would look far better to show that that person, you know, who may have been out of work say for 6 months, has actually been using that time to put something back to society, to show a number of different projects that they've worked on, or to show how they've been supporting local charities or organisations by doing some voluntary work. You know, I think that has got to be obviously a positive thing for somebody. Also, you're developing new skills. You know, there's some employees and certainly sort of volunteer organisations would signpost you to trainings that you could access. So I think in a whole, you're just developing new skills, you're meeting new people, it's keeping you active. The people that you're volunteering for are obviously benefiting too. And I think all round, you know, it's win-win for everybody, really.
So we often get the press releases, and I'm very grateful for them, but ACE training, what's that involve?
Well, the ACE training is a training programme. Every quarter we provide a new training. It comes under the ACE partnership, which is Engage, Thurrock, CVS, the local college, and obviously Thurrock Council, and together we form the ACE partnership, and through my worker we managed to develop a series of free trainings that people can access, and for example within that we have first aid, health and safety, interview skills, how to become more active in your local community, how to influence decisions, and we really do try to sort of look at, we don't want to put trainings on that people aren't going to access, but on the other hand, you know, we want to provide trainings that are not only free but will benefit people in becoming more active in Thurrock.
Even though it's still winter at the moment, you're often out and about in the borough in the spring, summer, and do you enjoy that? Enjoy getting out in the community?
Most definitely, and believe me, we are still out in the winter. In fact, only last weekend we was in Purfleet Garrison Estate, 600 trees we had to plant with a number of volunteers, and obviously encourage local residents as well from the estate to come out and help us. Absolutely fantastic day, really, really was. Rain held off, another win-win. But no, we absolutely, I mean, that's what we're about. We're a community organisation, and you want to be seen, you want to be visible.
Do you find that some communities need more help than others? You mentioned Purfleet, you know, does it need sort of some love?
I'd say if you as a resident living in Thurrock, I'm sure you could find any community would need some love one way or another. You know, whether you lived in beautiful, picturesque villages or obviously, you know, more of the towns. This particular project, there had been a number of trees that had been cut back due to them being diseased, you know, that they were really in need of some TLC themselves, and obviously that was an opportunity to then go out and work with local residents to plant the new ones. But I'm sure as individuals we could all find something that we would love to change within our local community, and most definitely, you know, we do make a difference days where we do work with local residents, and if anybody comes forward to say, you know, we would love to see something change, then hopefully we'd be able to support that person or that group and be able to signpost them to the most appropriate people, or funding that's available, or even just support them with volunteers to try to make a difference.
That's great. I'm going to put another question in, but it'll be in the middle of the whole thing.
Okay. Is
that
all right?
Yeah, it's great. So that's great.
Sure.
No, perfect. That was really good. And everything was good there. I'm just thinking. But you talk about funding. You talk about your organisation. Been here for quite a while, though. But you know, it's still a challenge for all voluntary organisations, and even Citizens Advice were given a lifeline of £60,000 by the council on Wednesday night. Is that still a challenge every day, thinking about funding and survival?
Most definitely. I mean, obviously, we do provide a service and we do get funded for that service. However, funding finishes the end of next year. We'll be in the same position as any other voluntary organisation in obviously trying to find additional money to help us survive. We do provide other services which we do sell. That could be within statutory partners, local agencies. It could be around consultation, businesses, you know, employer supported volunteering. We really do want to work with more local businesses to encourage employer supported volunteering, where hopefully they can encourage their employees or give them the opportunity to go out and volunteer. So yeah, would be more than happy to work with businesses, but it is a challenge, and we have to find that additional money. Even the funding that we do get isn't enough to keep the workers that I have employed. So we have to do this because we have no other choice. We have to write funding applications. I'm waiting to hear from 2 at the moment, so fingers crossed. But yeah, it is a challenge, but it's a challenge for everybody at the moment. So I know it's a very difficult times.